Today we've got Zimbo Freemind in the hot seat. Zimbo is a controversial character to say the least, and he's on a journey, and he has at times made some statements that has caused a bit of a stir online, and so we aim to gain clarity to what he meant by these statements and to get a better understanding of who he is, where he's at in his journey, and where he's heading to. Welcome to the hot seat, the opportunity where I would ask some possibly uncomfortable questions, clear up some misconceptions, misunderstandings, rumors, gossip. So let's get straight into it. You says your name's Zimbo Freemind. Where's Freemind come from? What made you come up with that as a name?
Do you know what? So do you know what? To be honest, it came from. So I read a book and it was talking about last names, and a brother changed his name and it was Freeman. So, and I was kind of running with a free mind thing anyway. Like I was studying at the time, but I like to study about the mind and how perception is built and the character. Anything to do with the mind and the brain and how perception is built. I'm involved in it. Like I'm fascinated with it. So I kind of got involved like that, free mind. And then for me, it's a good way to live. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And when I say free mind, it's a thing where I'm saying like, everyone has the right to believe what they want to believe, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
As long as you don't cause no harm or stress or fear to anyone else, do you? You know what I'm trying to say? You live your life, I'll live mine. If we buck, it's love and blessings, and that's it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I took on that character. That's what I am. That's the character that's here now.
Excellent. That's good. So in terms of 1 Mile Away, you was part of that documentary. Is it that point when you exited out of the lifestyle, the roadman lifestyle, gangbanging? Would you say it's then, or did you exit prior to that, or was it after that?
You know what? Mentally, I was probably come away from it already, but it's a journey. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you thought there's one thing, you think about it, and you're saying, yo, I need to do something.
Yeah.
It's getting peak now. You know what I'm trying to say? Man are growing, and we're still in the same thing that we were doing when we was 17. Like, This is madness. When I need to fix up.
Yeah.
So it kind of that kicked in, and then obviously, like now I have to think, okay, what am I gonna do? Because like for the last 15, 20 years, I've been on the road doing road shit. Do you get me? So like I needed to change my way of thinking, my whole mind frame, and start to learn and develop myself and this and that. So I kind of did that. Not saying that I didn't even go back to education or to school or anything like that.
Yeah.
I've just gone back to education now, which is crazy. But like I studied myself. So I studied about self, my history. Like as I started to study about mind, spirituality, and just started to know myself a little better. You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
So that's it.
So 1 Mile Away is, what does it mean?
1 mile. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. So the question. So in terms of 1 Mile Away, kind of gave me the opportunity to kind of really do what I really wanted to do. Because and this will come in because you're gonna ask me something sooner or later, and this will come in. So there's a little program that I wrote. Yeah. And I was trying to get this thing going, like saying, yo, I want to come off the roads, I need to get this going, and I was trying to get a lot of help, but I couldn't really get the help. So I kind of was just stayed doing what I was doing. But yo, when I got involved in 1 Mile Away, it gave me the opportunity to really start doing that. And I actually started to. It started off as an idea, like a 1 page, and it probably wasn't even written that good. And I was given the support to get it written properly, build 1 Mile Away as a social enterprise, get funding. I even taught I was even kind of mentored by professionals, like how to apply for my own funding, so I can do so I'm official now. I can do all the jobs needed to run a company, and I've built 1 Mile Away once, twice. I've probably built the company when things have happened, because shit's happened. Like we built it the first time and we was in a good position. Like there was a group of us working on grafting.
Yeah.
But I went jail for some. What did I go to jail for? I went to jail for crimes with the police, and I had a knife on me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I went jail. And when I went jail, it fell apart because I'm not there. It fell apart. So I came out of jail, done it again, hit the ground again, and ended up on a driving charge. Bam, again. So like I've got them skills, but it's just obviously I've been trying to, like, this has been a journey for me, and I think now I'm probably in that place now where that can't happen to me again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That can't happen to me again, because the situations that have put me in a position where I could go to jail, it's not gonna happen. Not talking about criminal offences, I'm talking about stupid shit. Like, so the last 2 times I've been to prison is for stupidness. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Arguing with the police and getting into a fight with them, and not stopping when they pull me over. So it's just that.
So is 1 mile away still a social enterprise?
Nah. So the last time I went to jail, 1 mile away was taken over by Birmingham Settlement organisation, and obviously, they can't do what we was doing. They can't do what I was doing, and to be fair, they wouldn't have been able to pay me, because I'd work for myself and build something and earn, start on 21 grand a year and then go to 25 grand a year and then move up. But I'm not gonna put in that kind of work for 25 grand a year for someone else's organisation. You get what I'm trying to say? Especially if it's not even really helping my community like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I had to reevaluate what I was doing, and another reason I reevaluated what I was doing, because what I was in, like, just before I went to jail that time, the second time, like, I was kind of starting to see certain things in terms of the young people and that, because I was in the schools, I was working in the schools for like 3 years now. I'm in the schools, I'm not even making music and that again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I was in a situation where I was in a classroom and I had to send me, like, back up some kids in that car. I'm talking to them about certain things and they're laughing and joking like it's some idiot thing. I've never experienced that in the schools before. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, these leads don't know what time it is. Like, man need to know what time it is. And I kind of think the work that we was doing, even though we was helping individual kids, it's not having the same impact as when the media was around. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So this is where I'm at now. You know what I'm trying to say? Because when the media was around and everyone was talking and this was in the airwaves and we was building, like, and it was like things change. Things change through that alone. Just through loads of people, the whole community talking about the same subject, and whether they agreed with it or not, shit weren't going on. Enough man that were putting in work and gangbanging and that, like, they were saying, that's some dickhead thing, that was some idiot thing, but no one was busting gun. Everyone was chilling. You know what I'm trying to say? After when. So
you would say the 1 mile away, the movement, the documentary, the social enterprise that reduced.
I'm not even prettying it up or trying to go around the thing. Like, the police believe it was them. These people, everyone, like, the reality is, fam. And I tell you the reason.
What year? Can you be specific? What year are we talking as well? Just
2000 from the end of 2011 straight through to 2000 to the mid 2013, start of 2013. You know what I'm trying to say? That period there, and the reason was because the man that was keeping up and creating the thing. Because they started to see certain things different. Not man my age is still, I got in working now and got jobs now from that period in time, because that conversation was going on. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because that conversation was going on, it made people more comfortable to say, because only a few people are really, really, really on this thing. The rest of them are just doing it to follow fashion or because they're scared to not be part of the trend. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's only a small group that's really, really about that life and really, really like really, really like that. Everyone else is following. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, once man started speaking and certain man started to say, like, really and truly, it's true, man, I'm not on it or whatever. And I wasn't even saying that I wasn't on it, because I wasn't even bothered. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I wasn't bothered about not having beef and that. I was just thinking, if we're going to do something properly and it's going to better my life and we can move forward and build something, that's what I've always been about. You know what I'm trying to say? And it was Penny that said, well, if that's what you want to do that. I got involved. So for me, like, because the man them started to have that conversation and we started talking and that, the crime rate dropped, the violent crime rate dropped then. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's the only time I've seen it happen in my lifetime.
So there are those in the community who will flip the coin and who would say that the legacy of 1 mile away is that those who are associated with it ended up going to prison, including yourself. So what do you say with regards to that?
I would say I'm here now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm here now, and I'm still fighting the fight. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm probably going harder than a lot of people right now. Like really, I'm one of the warriors of the community. I'm known as one of the warriors of the community. The people will tell you that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So look at me now. Like I've been jailed because of. You have to remember where I've come from. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like this is a journey for me. Even now, there's probably this like. I would say, even though I said earlier, my head's there and this and that, like the times when I have, it's just because of a lot of pressures are going on. Like, yo, I'm dealing with a lot of shit, fam. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I ain't really got that support system there. Like, I got a support system with family and that, but I'm talking about support from within the legal world. Then do you get what I'm trying to say? Because the support that I've got within the legal world and working is not in Birmingham, it's in London. This is what gets on my nerves.
When you say the legal world, are you talking
business world?
Okay,
you know
so the business
third
world.
Sector.
So
like,
would you?
In terms of the work that the work that I've done, all the work that I've done, and like in terms of in the third sector, the support that I've had to do it has all came from London. I ain't had no support I have had support in Birmingham, and that came from a brother called Michael Brown, and he's been a mentor, big mentor for a while, for a few years, and that's really so in terms of people coming and saying, yo, brothers and sisters coming and saying, yo, come, we're gonna help you out, we're gonna support you, this and that. I ain't had that.
Okay, so in terms of a statement you made recently on your Facebook,
yeah, man.
All you people complaining, true, you're seeing man all over the place. Talking about it should be these no impact community workers we should be seeing or hearing from. Instead, give your head a wobble. The only real change we've seen on our streets came from 1 mile away and the campaign around it. Everything else has been a ticking box exercise. It's like you people would have preferred if I was still doing road, terrorizing your bitch ass. So in relation to, I want to touch upon that because you mentioned you didn't get no support as such from the community, and you mentioned here in this statement no impact community workers. So are you saying that there is no what are you saying with regards to that?
Okay then, alright then. Now I'm not saying the man them ain't working and putting in work, because I know the brothers are, like, I know what's going down, you get what I'm trying to say. But yo, like, there's loads of shit that's being done, fam, and nothing's not changing. Let's just keep it real, fam. Even when I was on the road and that, fam, like, there was millions of pounds put into Birmingham to tackle the gang initiative, then to tackle man on the road keeping up work. That money was spent to no effect, bro. Let's keep it true. I lie. That money was spent and there was no effect, not a touch. There wasn't even a dent. You know what I'm trying to say? There was a dent in terms of things went quiet, then it went bam, everyone's banging again. Couple of weeks of quietness, everyone's banging again. It's mad. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So let's just keep it real. Now, when we've seen a proper impact, where there was a drop, crime rates, crime statistics, because we got people to do a crime report. They done our own crime report and says, yo, this is what happened in this period of time, and it showed in Aston the crime rate drops by 50%. Handsworth, it dropped by violent. That's the violent crime rates. You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
So that means the man that was on the road putting in work in that period of time for slowed down for a good while. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I believe, yeah, when the campaign died out and there was less talk about it, it was just waiting to happen. I phoned one of the community leaders, and I phoned one of the community leaders. I'm not going to say no names, and this is not even no disrespect to my man, because my man's an official, but I phoned him, and I says, yo, listen. I said, this is probably when I came out of jail, and I says, listen, I'm telling you now, it's going to go off. It's going to be worse than it was before. You know what I'm trying to say? I said, you need to call a meeting. This was in 2016. Don't get it twisted. This was in 2016, August 2016, and I could bring the brother here now and he'll happily say, yeah. He did come and speak to me. He did tell me this. And I told him, call a meeting now and start putting things in place right now. Call who needs to be called and get things in place right now so this doesn't happen. What we're seeing now doesn't happen, or what we were seeing with man getting, we're seeing the murder rate still going on, like we're seeing enough people getting shot up and this and that in Brum. So I told them this. I didn't hear nothing from them. Even with the like, I could go.
I'll
be honest. I got, in terms of community workers, community leaders, I don't got no faith in them, my brother.
In terms of those individuals, I mean, look, I'm coming from the same path as yourself. I think I'm a bit more ahead of the journey, having exited. But I can relate to what you're saying because I've gone through the same process, all right? But I believe that there are some individuals within the community that have been doing good work, but I know they don't class themselves as community leaders. They're just people who get on with the work and do their thing in the community.
Right, and so even in terms of the post,
Yeah.
Obviously, the reason why I put the post up is sometimes I get annoyed, and I have to. For me, it's venting. It's just for me to let some steam, like, because I keep seeing things, and I'm thinking, a man speaking about me sideways or something, and then I'm getting phone calls, and people are phoning me, and this person's saying this. I don't really care, That's the worst thing about it.
Well, they need to come and sit in the hot seats. That's what this platform's for.
I can air a lot of it, but sometimes I just think, should I just say something? Just to give it, because when I say something, a lot of the times when I do make a statement and I say something, I don't get no one replies. Anyone that replies says, you know what, you're talking truth. You're talking truth. So I'm not talking lies in what I'm saying, and I know I'm not putting no disrespect to the brothers that are doing work because I work with them. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I work with them. I know what we're doing and I know the struggle. But when we look at the reality of this thing, fam, and we're looking at what we're out here to do. We're out here to stop the youths killing each other, number one, fam, and put them on and that's not even happening, bro. So what are we doing then?
But alright, so all you people complaining through you're seeing man all over the place, that sounds like it's not the community leaders or community activists, right? But instead of, you've kind of deflected away from what they've said, and then you've said, these no impact community workers. So naturally the community workers, some of them are going to me personally. I don't think I don't take it personal to myself.
Do you know what then? I'll be honest, bro. I've seen certain things. People post certain things. I'm not saying no, but I've seen certain people post things, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, are they sending indirects?
Okay.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yes. Like I actually feel one or two people are saying things.
Indirectly, it's like rapping bars,
do you get what I'm
but they're not saying your name.
If this is the case, this is the reaction you're gonna get from. Leave it alone, fam. Do you get
but
what I'm saying? If it's not, then I take it back and I apologize. But at the same time, what I'm saying, like someone put something. Okay, for instance, someone put something up the other day, and it says it was like put something up about lately they're seeing everyone in their community on TV. Why don't we use our own platforms and rare and this and that? So it was a bit of a rant like that. So I just kind of says, look, for one, when we're trying to create our own platforms, nobody's not looking at it until it gets in the mainstream anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? I says we've created our own platform, to try and change the narrative, tackle this mentality that's killing us. Yeah, we've done that, and the main people that are taking an interest are middle class white folks. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like the majority of people that are actually taking an interest are middle class white folks. We've got a big community, fam, and people will just air it and don't watch it. Like,
but would you not feel that what you say when you have a vent, which I can understand, is it not more divisive rather than? Because I do see what you know what I mean, the aim,
bro. No,
but it's a bit more divisive by having that vent, and I know it's part of the journey. It's definitely part of the journey.
I got a phone call about it like half an hour ago, and a man saying the same thing. He putting out negativity. I know. I apologize, but look at where I come from, fam. To all the people, look at where I came from. Do you get what I'm trying to? Look at where I came from. Like, I've done worse shit than that for people sending indirects, so I believe sending indirects. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you get what I'm trying to, like, that's where I've came from. So I'm fighting demons, bro. It's not, this ain't a game. I'm fighting, and everyone needs to know that. Do you get what I'm trying to, everyone needs to, and I've been fighting demons for a very, very long time, bro. It's getting better now. It's getting better now, and the demons are less, but I'm still fighting them demons.
So you've identified the demons and you've tapped into the mindset. So would you say this is like around trauma? And if so, what's your advice? How do we go about it? Because I'm relating, but I'm really trying to stay neutral on this platform. and I want to ask the questions and
What
just
can we do
clear
about
up.
it?
But
Do you know?
not like in terms of, all right. So for instance, yourself,
Yeah.
right, and you know, you coming from the roads. There's going to be other individuals that are going to follow us that are going to come from the
Okay,
roads.
do you know,
What's your advice to them?
to them.
What's your advice to those who have got that trauma and those demons, and they're going to come into
Okay, do you know what?
the exit world?
Now, you know what? Someone asked me a question. I'm gonna keep you. If someone asked me a question, yeah, listen. This thing is probably the hardest thing you're gonna experience. Worse than whatever you've experienced on the road. This is gonna be harder than that. Trust me, fam. This is gonna be harder than that. But if you once you get to the other side, you will start to reap the rewards. You get what I'm trying to say? You start to reap the rewards. I've reaped the rewards quite a few times, but I keep letting that. I'm gonna, can I use any word? That nigga shit kicks in sometimes. And when that nigga, if I'm not in the right frame of mind, when it kicks in, I can't control it. And it just puts me in a predicament. And half of the time, I end up in jail. So I need to be I'm on top of that more than anything now. That's what I'm on top of more than anything. Because, I'm trying to get to that next level to and do what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
So in terms of your rap career, because at one point you had a real buzz floating in terms of the rap career, but it was, I would say it was music that was gang orientated, or it was sending threats to rivals and things like that. You clearly don't rap that no more. So have you denounced that lifestyle, or
come on? Of course, like that's standard. Like I see, I give you an example the other day. Like I seen a brother the other day. I was in a rave and I seen a brother the other day, and he was kind of giving. It was like he was looking like he wants beef and that. Like he was, but his brethren probably told him to chill and that. Cause then everyone knows like what it is. But I've had to say to him, fam, like we haven't got beef, blood. You need to chill. Like fix your fit. Chill out. We ain't got beef. It's not that, fam. Because if it was that, we wouldn't be here now, standing up in the same room partying. This is what and this is for everyone, blood. Like, man, need to know it's one nation. Anyone still thinking that way around needs to let that shit go, blood. I'm not gonna lie, blood. I'm seeing things. I'm seeing big men, grown men that are probably granddads now, posting certain things on Instagram and doing certain things, fam, and saying certain things, fam. It doesn't look good, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It doesn't look good, blood. Man, a big tearing ass man, blood. You can't be thinking the same way you was thinking when you was 17, fam. This is reality. If you are, you a waste, man. I don't care what anyone's got to say, blood, and people might take it the wrong way. And I'm only saying this because I want my brothers to fix up, fam. And I want my brothers to think like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because when I started thinking like that, and I started looking at it, thinking, that's some idiot thing. That's what I changed. I looked around. I think, I can't be doing all that. That's some dickhead business. What's all that about, fam? So, man, need to just get this sorted out. Let's get this sorted out. Let's deal with this, fam. Because it's crazy what we could actually be doing. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
So now you've created a platform, That's TV. You wanna tell us, the viewers, about That's TV?
So That's TV. It's a media channel. It was you know what, it would have been like a link up TV and an SBT, but we're not trying to do that. We really want to do a lot of discussion based things and get the community involved. You get what I'm trying to say? We're going to be out here engaging with people, speaking to people, getting people involved in what we're doing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? To the point where we can start engaging with youths and getting them in terms of creating media and arts and this and that. So I'm trying to get into media, because for me, the media has the most power for shaping this. It's got there ain't nothing more powerful. I don't think, in my experience, there's nothing more powerful than the media for shaping mindset, fam. These people know that. Don't get it twisted, fam. These people know that. That's why they put millions of pounds into advertising. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Millions of pounds goes into advertising, fam. The geezer made a tune, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci. That was advertising, fam. So if people are doing that, if people are using rap for advertising, fam, we're supposed to use these things to sort this thing out, fam. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Same thing with the conversation that we was having yesterday, fam. We could be using that and just programming. We know it works. We know programming.
What was
works.
the conversation yesterday?
So we had a debate about, and that was looking at the impact of urban music and films on culture. So we're asking the question: Is is it the films and the music shaping culture, or is it just a reflection? So that's what. So it was. That's what.
And where's your viewpoint regarding that?
To be fair, my opinion hasn't changed. Like, and why people are so defensive because they feel like he's saying you're blaming the music. It's not to do. We're not blaming music for doing anything because there's so many factors around it. But what it is that, like, it's your mindset then. What the real issue is your mindset. It's the way of thinking, because that's how I changed. That's how you changed, because our way of thinking started to change. You get what I'm trying to say? So this is how we all change when our way of thinking changed. So it's our way of thinking, yeah? Now, music and film has a very big impact on your way of thinking. Do you know what I'm saying? It creates music, it creates an energy. That's why if you listen to sad music, you might feel a bit down. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And sometimes you can't even listen to that because you want to listen to something to make you feel bubbly. It's the same thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So this is the conversation that we're having, and that's my standpoint. So people need to stop being defensive and say, okay then, even we're not saying like, all right then, let's forget about whether it is or not. But we know that by using music and film, we can start to shape minds. So why don't we do that when it's such a powerful tool?
So former gangster rapper has reformed and looks at the power of music and understands that it was something that was leading people to bad.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're basically trying to push a counter narrative, and that's through your That's TV on YouTube.
You know what? You know the worst thing, when people try and argue with me about this thing, the reason why no one could ever change my mind is because I experienced it myself.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? I remember being a kid, and I was a good kid. You know what I'm trying to say? I was a good youth. I probably come from a little rough area and we used to play fights and this and that. But I was a good youth before when I was in primary school. I was a good youth, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I was good academically. I've always been good academically. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I was engaged in school and that, fam. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I took up I got aspirated. I didn't even see that gangster shit in my community when I was that age. I didn't see real gangsters in my community, like going, not even real gangsters, then they were more rude boys and positive, you know what I'm trying to say? But we took it to another level where we was busting guns at each other, ballied up and signs and all the rest of it. So we didn't see that in our community. Where did we see that, fam? We seen that in the music and the arts, fam. You know what I'm trying to say? So regardless of what anyone says, that's where we got it from. We didn't create that. We didn't create this gangster thing, gang signs. We never created that shit, fam. You know what I'm trying to say? That was given to us. You get me?
Zimbo Freemind,
man.
Thank you very much for jumping in the hot seat.
Yeah.
I commend you in terms of your journey. It's a long journey.
Yeah, it's hard.
Long way to go, but keep striving, man.
Yo,
keep
striving.
striving.
To the brothers, don't take no offense. I apologize. Look, sometimes I just need to vent, and when I feel, you know what? Let's just support each other with whatever we're doing. If you can't support and say, and if the comment that you're gonna make is not going to be positive and pushing people forward, leave it alone, fam. Especially if I could take it offensively, because I will let it out. Like, I've still got that in me. I will let it out. I won't be violent. I'm not violent. I refuse to use violence against my brothers, fam. That's not what we're about. But I will vent it if it might get to me thinking, yo, I need to say something. And I have that conversation. Nah, allow it with him. So I might do that. So if you people are going to do that and make these comments, snidey comments and funny remarks, then expect it from me. I apologize. It's still all love, one nation, all day.
Thank you very much.
Care on me.